Hey, my name is Lorraine Pearson. I'm one of your co-hosts today, along with Wanda Dykow of Special Areas Regional Economic Development. Wanda, why don't you tell us a little bit about special areas, and I'll tell them about some upcoming events we have.
Okay, wow, welcome. Nice to see everyone. So Special Areas is the rural municipality that surrounds, it's a large rural municipality in East Central Alberta, and we have surround the communities of Oyen, Concert, Hanna, Acadia Valley, Empress, Veteran, and Youngstown, and then the hamlets within. We're a pretty large area, 5 million acres, just under 10,000 people. So we rely on good internet and we do have good fiber here. So that's really good. A little bit about this series, this Lunch and Learn series. So it was identified that a lot of small business owners really wanted to have some marketing assistance and like help with marketing their business online. So we started at last week and we started with cybersecurity. And I tell you, after last week, I almost wanted to go hide in the hills, throw my phone away. It kind of spooked me a bit, but it made me realize how much we need to prepare ourselves and look after ourselves and don't take anything for granted. So I'm really excited to see what this week is with Stop the Scroll. I should mention that all of these videos will be on the Special Areas Economic Development website after. I'm just getting everything uploaded to YouTube, and so that's been a lot of fun. This whole series has been sponsored through the Small Communities Opportunity Program, which was a grant that I received to help better assist our businesses. So with that, I will give it back to Lorraine. And thanks everyone for being here.
Thank you. And coming up, we'll talk about a couple of our upcoming events. So next week, January 22nd, we're excited to have the amazing Michelle talking to us about AI to the business. So becoming a little bit more productive in our business and our lives using AI. And then the following week, we have Megan Jobson from agency called 910 talking about the elements of building a great online ad. So what do you need all in your ad before you even put that online? Because I know we're all trying to further our reach in our business and what we're doing so that we can reach outside of our area. And then on January 29th, we have the first Return to Rural online summer job fair. And again, you can go to Special Areas Economic Development .ca to check these out. But this is a great place where looking at showcasing summer job opportunities available in the area. So that's on January 29th. If you know a student that's interested in a summer job opportunity, please share this with them. We're going to share the link in the chat. Or if you know of an employer who wants to share theirs, please share this with them as well. So those are a few of our upcoming events. And now we want to talk about what we're actually going to talk about today, which is stopping the scroll and making content that stops the scroll and grows your business. So we are so excited. Give us a wave, our amazing speaker, Tessa Kemp. Tessa will be our speaker today, and her company is called Next Generation Marketing. And Next Generation Marketing helps small businesses grow their presence online through intentional social media and email marketing that convert followers into customers. So we're very excited to be learning from you today, Tessa. They take content creation and scheduling off of people's hands so you can focus on running your business while showing up consistently and professionally online. And fun thing for our live attendees, Tessa is doing a giveaway called the Social Media Accelerator. I've put it in the chat. And we will be doing a draw at the end for our live attendees. And Tessa, I want to hand it over to you.
Amazing. Okay, thank you so much to both of you for having me here this week. I am so excited to talk about this topic. I think with small businesses, especially, social media can have a huge impact, a positive impact on their business. However, it can be a little scary and intimidating if you don't have the knowledge, the time, or the interest to learn about it. So I hope that this is a step in the right direction to get some clarity and some confidence with your posting. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen here and then we'll get right into it. Okay, does that look good? Okay, thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so we are talking about how to stop the scroll. So this is creating content that people are actually going to look at. It's going to stand out when people are scrolling on their feed because we know that we're mind-numbingly scrolling through Instagram or Facebook. We're not really watching what we're watching, just kind of scrolling through it. So how do you make your content stand out? How do you make it reach your ideal clients or customers? And then how to use AI to help you come up with some ideas and help you along the way with content creation without letting AI do 100% of it because we need to keep that human touch and those human emotions in our content for it to have impact on the human viewer. And lastly, we're going to make sure that our profile is set up to turn those viewers into followers and turn those followers into customers or clients. I'm going to use customer, clients, those words kind of interchangeably. Think about whatever resonates with your business. So, in the next 45-ish minutes here, I'm hoping to give you some clarity and direction about what to post so that so to get to that place where you know what you should post, know how you should speak in those videos, what kind of content you should be making, we're gonna do a little quick intro about myself just to piggyback off of what Lorraine said. We're gonna go through some steps and some strategies to make your content stand out. We're gonna identify who your ideal future client, IFC, we just shortened that one up, who that person is. We're gonna optimize your profile, like I just said, and then we're gonna get into some ego because our ego can really get in the way around social media. So we're gonna tell that ego to sit down. And then lastly, I'm gonna leave you with 3 steps that you can take today to springboard off of this information, off of this chat, and really take your content into that next level. Okay, so my name is Tessa. I have Next Generation Marketing. I'm Alberta born and raised. I love to yap. I always got in trouble for that at school. And I feel like everybody is so coffee obsessed right now, and I cannot stand it. I can't stand the smell of it. I can't stand the taste of it. I just can't do it. So I'm a chai tea lover through and through, but don't put a cup of coffee near me. I have been working in the social media world for about 9 years now. Specifically, I was thinking back, and since from first job around it was grade 8 to now, I have only worked for small businesses. So I've really seen that in and out, what happens on a daily basis, what they're struggling with, especially with the social media in the last 9, 10 years. So I moved to Penhold about 2.5 years ago. Couldn't go back to my past job because I was on maternity leave at that time. Moved to a town where I didn't know a single soul. I had a 2-month-old and a 3-year-old, and oh, hot dang, I would not suggest that one. But in that time, I was like, okay, let's go all in with the social media. Time to bet on myself. So Next Generation Marketing was born. And funny enough, Michelle, who you guys have next week, she came up with Next Generation. She was the one who named it. We were talking about it in a meeting one day, and she kept saying Next Generation. What are you doing with the next gen? And I was like, that's the name, Michelle. So small little world. She named the business, and you guys get to hear from her next week. She is absolutely wonderful too. Um, so at Generation Marketing, we focus on 3 main things at this point. So we do social media management, which is basically I take social media off your plate totally. We do email marketing, so that's sending whether it's a weekly, a bi-monthly, a monthly campaign to your email subscribers. And we offer Reels packages. So those are like a one-time investment where we would meet together. We would do like 5, 10, 15, kind of however many Reels you'd like. I'd come to you, we'd film them, I'd edit them, I'd create the captions, and then I just send it over to you and you can do with them as you please. When working with small businesses through Next Generation Marketing and from my past jobs, I really have noticed that there's 3 main struggles with social media and a small business owner. I'm assuming that you're probably going to fit into one of these 3 if you're not feeling super confident with social media. So number one, you're posting, but it's not converting. So you're doing the work, you're getting those posts up consistently, but you're not getting anything back from it. So whether that's engagement, whether that's followers, whether that's sales, because at the end of the day, the sales are the most important thing to the business owner. A lot of the times, people in this first category, they have their admin doing their social media. or the girl up front or their teenage niece because she loves social media. She's on there all the time. Those people, while they can do the social media, they might not be your ideal person to be there. Second situation I see is you say, okay, I'm going to post on social media today. Instantly, you're like, WTF? Like, what am I supposed to post today? I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what topic I want to talk about. Do I do a picture? Do I do a video? Do I do a story? Like, there's just so much noise. Those ones, I see they go on and they start scrolling for inspiration, aka you're just wasting your time. You might look at what your competitors are doing. You might go on a ChatGPT, it'll give you like 20 mediocre topics that don't really seem like what you want to post about anyways. Maybe you throw something up or you're like, whatever, we'll just do it tomorrow. You repeat that and repeat that every single day. Third one is you've convinced yourself you don't actually need it. Don't need to be on there. You are too overwhelmed. You don't have the knowledge, you don't have the time, you don't have the interest, and you're like, nah, it's not for me. With the where we're at right now is people are using social media to search like we used to search on Google, or we still do search on Google, but it's now another search engine. So if we're putting in a location and a business that we're looking for, say we're like Oyen Plumbers. If your plumbing business doesn't come up on Facebook or Instagram, like, do you even exist to them? You don't. So I might be biased, but yes, I feel like your business does need to be on social media at this point. So my goal at the end of this is that you will have some ideas to use as springboards so you can quit wasting your time scrolling for inspiration, asking ChatGPT for mediocre ideas, or just not posting at all. With content creation, we've spent all this time. Ooh, come on, go to the next one. There we go. Okay, so we make our content, but we need it to be seen. So how do we get our content seen? We need people to stop scrolling and actually look at our content. So whether that's reading the text, looking at our picture, listening to our video, we need them to stop scrolling and look and actually read and take in what our content is telling them. So when we are looking at how do we stop the scroll, we're going to look at who we're talking to, what we're saying, and how we are going to say it. So we're going to get so specific on this. So who we are talking to, I want you to create an ideal future client. This is someone who doesn't know about your business. You're just seeing them for the first time. Who is that ideal person that you want to know about your business? I want you to know more about them than their age, their gender, and where they live. I want you to know what they're doing on a Wednesday night. What do they vent to their friends about? What are they Googling at 11 p.m. when they can't sleep? All those little itty bitty details, I need you to know about that ideal client. Now, there's a worksheet that I created that has a bunch of questions. Would they have that already, Lorraine, or will that be sent out later?
Yeah, I sent it all and we'll share it again too with the recording.
Okay, perfect. So if you have it already or it'll be with the recording, amazing. There's a list of questions in there, and I'd love for you to go through that and really create your ideal person and take some time to actually think about it, not just give those surface level answers, because the more specific you can get about your ideal client or customer, the more impact your content is going to have. Because in each piece of content, we're speaking to that one individual person. We're not speaking to every single person who could be your client. Um, Now we're going into what you are saying. So we want to use words and phrases that our future, like our ideal future client understands. It's those things that they're venting about to their friends. It's those things that they're Googling. What are they putting into the Google search bar? Use those exact words in your content. Now you're going to talk about your product and the struggles that they have or the desire that they have. Struggle that they're having, desire that they have, and how your product is the bridge between the two. So you need to bring awareness to the struggle, bring awareness to the desire, and then educate on how your product is going to get them from one side to the other side. So you are the bridge. Your product or your service is that bridge between the two, but you have to educate them on how, like where they are on both sides and how you can get them there. And then looking at how we say it. So I break this into 3 points just to keep it fairly simple today. We're going to look at like tone, format, and cadence. So tone is just how you're saying it. Are you emotional? Are you humorous? Are you bold? Are you soft? Are you educational? What is the tone behind the words that you are speaking or that you have typed out? The format is looking at if it's a video, a picture, a story, a live video. How are you coming or how are you getting that information from your brain into the viewers, in front of the viewer's eyes? And then lastly, the cadence. So how fast or slow are you getting to your point? So are you starting with a really bold statement and then showing your personality, going into a little bit of other speaking, whether that's storytelling, talking about client journey, that kind of thing, or are you doing a big emotional story and then end up landing with your product or your service and how it's going to help the viewer? There's no right or wrong to any of these, but it's all specific to what does your ideal future client identify with? What are they going to align with? What are they going to see and actually take in? Um, and then so you've figured out who you're talking to, you figure out what you're going to say, you figure out how you're going to say it. We're going to do it in a video. That's what I'm telling you right now. We're doing it in a video. Video is the one that people run away from the quickest, but video has the most impact. With how AI is going, you gotta get on video. You gotta show your face because that is the fastest way to get that know, like, and trust from the viewer. So with AI being so heavily used in content creation, I really truly believe that those imperfect videos are going to be the way that you stand out. On like that's I think in the next couple of months, that's the way that it's gonna go. I think that those imperfect videos that have lots of those Me Too moments. So whether it's like right now, Nancy, you got the baby. That's like such a Me Too moment. If you're on, I'm not saying you have to put your kid on video or on your social media, but you having like maybe their feet showing or the back of their head showing, like that's an instant Me Too moment. That's a connection piece. Anybody who has a small baby or who remembers their baby being that small, that's like that little connection. And that's the thing that AI can't do in your content. AI can't make those human Me Too moments. So yes, I feel like it builds trust the fastest and makes the viewer feel like they know you. If you can make a viewer feel like you guys are best friends and you're just like having coffee at your kitchen table right now, like that is the goal in my mind. Um, I used to work at a clothing boutique. We were on social media all the time. Like we posted probably 3 to 7 times a day across all the platforms. We did live videos multiple times a week. Like my face was on social media always, always, always. I had someone come into the store one day and she comes in, she's like, "Hey, Tessa, how's it going?" I had no idea who this lady was. No, I'd never seen her before. I didn't know her name. There wasn't even like, oh, she looks familiar. Nothing. Like this was a total new face to me. I'm like, hi, like, hello, who are you? She's like, I've just loved watching you guys on social media, and I drove an hour and a half just to come to your store. And I just loved that video you did a couple weeks ago and talking about this thing. And she had her little Me Too moment about something that I had talked about. And it was lovely. We were best friends in her eyes. I had never seen her face before, but she thought we were best friends because there was such a connection because of that know, like, and trust that had been built through the social media content. She was in the change room and she's like, Tessa, can you get me another size in this? And I was like, I don't know you, but she knew me. And that is the goal. And it's kind of a strange situation that you can get yourself into because people know you, but you have no idea who they are. But that's just how it goes. And that honestly is the goal with it. Video content, I think, also is important because it is prioritized not only on the feed of people you are following, but it also will be suggested to you. So on Facebook, Instagram, that'll go, you'll see those videos, and at the very top, it'll say suggested for you. If you're on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, you'll just be in like a discover page or a for you page. And that's just the algorithm has taken everything that you've liked, you've commented on, you've shared, you've watched, and they're like, hey, I think you'd also like this video. And then just pops it in front of new eyes, which is what we want as business owners. We want new eyes on our business. There is a platform called repurpose.io that you can use, and it automatically cross posts everything. There's a small fee to it. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritties of that, but if that's something you want to talk about, feel free to reach out and we can have that conversation later. Um, I think the biggest resistance that people have with video is they think they have to stand in front of their camera and speak like a robot or a politician about their business. And this is so boring, and I hate this. We don't need just this frame of your face with no motion and no hand movement, and you're just a robot. Go use AI at that point. I want to see like what you're doing. Make a tea while you're talking. You could do something as simple as open a door, walk through the door, and then walk out. So you like start back here, open a door, you walk over here, and then walk out. There's a video that you can use as content. Put 2 or 3 sentences over top of that and then a song over it, and bada bing, bada boom, you got a post. It doesn't have to be those robotic, me speaking to the camera posts. There's so many things that you can do. Okay, you've done all this so far. Now, how do you get people to pause long enough to hear your words? We want to use a super strong hook. So, a hook is something that happens in the first 1 to 2 seconds. But truthfully, it's like probably zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5 seconds because we have the attention span of a 2-year-old. So you gotta be so fast. We are ditching the hello, we're ditching the how's it going, we're ditching happy Tuesday, we're ditching it's a beautiful day out today. Get rid of it. We don't care. Like, get into the point. We don't have time. 2-year-old brains is what we're working with on social media. So there's visual hooks, which can be I mean, you see when people are like stirring their drink and the ice cubes are jingle jangling all around in there. It can be people putting on makeup. You're putting a jacket on. Maybe you close your computer as you say the first word. It can be opening a door as you're talking. A lot of when I've seen lots lately is people like set their phone down as they start talking. That creates such a sense of urgency. Like they had to stop their day to put down their phone and tell you, and they couldn't even set up their phone before they start telling you all planned out, it's all staged, but it creates this like urgency sense within the viewer. That could also be text on a screen, so these visual hooks. It can also look like animation, so it could be like the video zooming in on the first 3 words, so it feels like you're being like sucked into the video. It could be, what else could it be? Oh, outfit. Sorry, that's the other one I want to talk about. So if you're wearing something like super bold or a logo or a team, like a jersey or something, like what your hat, it could be earrings, any of those things. Examples could be like a hairstylist, like put a big curler up here, like something that's just out of the norm that you wouldn't normally see, just like catches your eye. Our spoken hooks are either the words that we're saying, or if you're in like a picture post, that's going to be the text on the screen. Um, I want you to go so bold with these spoken hooks. If you are pushing posts and you're like, ooh, should I say this? Is this too risky? Is this going to offend someone? Go for it. Like, push post on that bad boy and then close your phone. Go breathe it out, take a walk around the block, and it's going to be okay. Because if that bold hook aligns with your ideal clients, it's going to hit the spot. And the bolder you go, the more people are going to watch your content. It's scary and it like makes your heart go pitter patter so fast, and you'll probably get some stress sweats, but it's going to be okay. It will be okay. I've given you a list of some hooks that you can kind of you can kind of rebound off of those. They're like Mad Libs. So you like you fill in the blanks with your business information, and those will be a good starting point. I want to say there's about 15 or 20 of them on that document. Now, hooks should make a viewer think. It could be a question. I love questions as hooks. Because then it's gonna get them thinking about, like their opinion on that. And then also they know that you're going to give your opinion on it. I also love a hook that tells what the viewer is going to get at the end of the video without saying it. So Example, if you're a quilter, you can be like, I finally figured out how to do XYZ pattern. Let me show you how. So the viewer knows that they're going to learn how to do that pattern in your video, but you haven't told them how yet. They have to watch your video to get that answer. And then lastly, disrupt the norm, which great spelling on that. Disrupt. Very well done, Tessa. Um, so we want things that are not the normal. Thinking about, okay, if you're a plumber, maybe you take your video content while you're sitting on a toilet. Keep it PG, but like sit on a toilet and just film your content there. If you're a hairstylist, like we said, like that big roller, you could be sitting underneath your desk. You could be riding on a scooter towards the camera as you like say the first sentence and then come into like this regular standard shot. If you're like, I have no idea, I can't think of like out of the blue things like that, go ask a 6-year-old and they will give you some ideas. They have the best and the craziest ideas and they'll help you out. Um, I read something recently that said the entry price of trying something new is embarrassment. And I love that. I think that is so great. The doing content can feel embarrassing. Absolutely. Like I'm saying, like, put your hair in a big curler and go talk on social media for everybody to see. Like it can feel embarrassing. It can feel uncomfortable. But I think the price that's a small price to pay for your content and your business to be seen by hundreds or thousands or millions of new people because of that silly video that makes you feel a little uncomfortable, which is why we get into the ego talk at the end, but we'll get there in a little bit. So you've made your content, you have what you know who you're talking to, what you're saying it, how you're saying it, you have that strong hook, you've made your point, you've done that on repeat a few times, but you're like, dang, this is not sustainable. Like I cannot keep coming up with new ideas and new content every single week. Like this is so much work. So we want to reuse and repurpose our content. There is no need to come up with a brand new idea for every single post. So we can use the same concept or topic, but put in a new format. Or we use the same format and we come up with a new concept or topic. I have a client who has a liquor store. I do their content for them. So we did a post and it was my phone set up on my dash, looking out the front of my vehicle, and I drove past their highway sign. And then I like drove around and parked in front of their building. So in the video, I put text on the screen as next time you're on the 2A and you see this, dot, dot, dot. And then I slowed it down when I saw their sign. I like put a circle around it and I just said, when you see this sign, turn right. So then the video goes, it shows me turning right, then I turn right again, and then it comes up to their storefront. That video did strangely well, but I think there was that sense of, oh, what's coming? And oh, I know the 2A, and oh, I've seen that area before. I recognize that. What am I supposed to do on the 2A? Like there was curiosity there. Then it went in to show what they're supposed to do when they see that sign. So taking that content that did really well, I could then turn it into a carousel. I could take a picture of just that stretch of highway and put next time you're on the 2A and you see this, dot, dot, dot. Next slide would be a picture of the highway sign. When you see this sign, turn right. So then I could do the next slide as a picture of like the road that they would turn onto. Then take your first right and like go through it as directions on each slide. I could also take that exact same video, but speed it up or do like little cuts, like 1 second cuts. And I could put like 4 sentences over top of the whole thing and just say, next time you're on the 2A and you see this area, you're gonna want to turn right into your favorite, because your favorite liquor store is just down the road. So I can take that same idea and make it different ways, or take that same video and add different text on it. So we don't need a new topic every single time because as a small business owner, you don't have the mental capacity or the time to do that. So how do we work smarter, not harder? Also thinking about the last time you scrolled on social media, do you remember what you looked at? Likely not. Like, I bet you couldn't tell me 5 posts that you scrolled through last night for an hour. Like, we are so numb to it. So it's like you can reuse the same things over and over, and nobody will know except for maybe your mom and your aunt who stalk your profile. But that's it. No one else will know that you're using the same things again and again. So don't be scared to reuse topics, videos, any of it, because it, I mean, we are consuming so much content that most likely someone won't notice. And if they do notice, that means they're a super fan, and that's amazing. Um, okay, I want to touch on your profile, and we are gonna get a little nitpicky here. So, someone watches your content, you have that great hook, they feel like their content is speaking directly to them because they fit your ideal client. Um, they're interested in your business now. Next step would either to be to hit follow, or they're going to go into your profile. So when they go into your profile needs to also call them in. Now, we are very selfish as humans, and that's just how we are. But let's talk about your profile should tell the viewer what exactly they're going to get if they follow your account. So we're gonna look at the special areas regional economic development page. It's okay. It's okay. We're not gonna be mean. So looking at the profile and okay, so the profiles are a little bit different, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So like we're gonna look at a Facebook profile because I feel like most businesses are on Facebook first, but like kind of take it with a grain of salt for each platform. It's gonna be slightly different. So we look at the profile, we're going to look at the profile picture, the bio, the links, your pin posts, and then your highlights. Highlights are just on
Um,
Instagram. And then it's called, oh
I
my
think I
gosh,
better have a fork.
oh, it's called something different on TikTok. So, profile picture, a logo is safe. Great option for Lorraine and Wanda. The profile picture being the logo is great. If you are a one person, like it's just you, your business, you are the face behind it, I would love to see your picture there. I would love to see you with your product if that's a possibility. But that profile picture being a face is just another way to connect. Whenever they're scrolling and your profile picture is at the bottom, they're going to see your face. So the more they see your face, the more comfortable they're going to be with you. Um, Now the bio. So if we look at this first sentence, the Special Areas Regional Economic Development is the economic development branch of special areas. We just said the same thing in two ways, right? Um, and then second sentence, we are here to help businesses and people flourish in the special areas. My mind goes to, okay, but what does that look like? How do you do that? So we got it like, what is the viewer going to actually get? So we're thinking about who we're talking to, what you can do for them, what the benefits are of following your account. Essentially, we're just giving them a reason to click follow. So we could rewrite this. I'm going to read this because I wrote these down. I don't want to mess these up. So I have two kind of examples of how we could rewrite this. You could say, your gateway to doing business in Alberta's special areas. Investment opportunities, workforce programs, and regional support all in one place. Follow for resources, updates, and growth opportunities. That would tell if a business owner comes to your page, that tells them what they're going to get out of following your account. That tells them how they can benefit from your services. Another way we could do this is helping rural Alberta grow stronger together. Business support, workforce solutions, and investment opportunities. We connect employers, newcomers, and communities with affordable land, real support, and real growth. Learn what's possible in special areas. So, again, it just is more specific about what the viewer is going to get. AI is going to be your best friend here. So you can either go on Google, depending on how big your business is, it'll give you like a rundown. It'll give you like an AI overview of the business. Use those points in your bio. You can also put your website right into like ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever you're using and say, use this website and write me a profile bio for Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is, and tell it to focus on what the viewer or the follower gets from my business and how it benefits them. And then ask it for 10 ideas. Pick and choose pieces of it that you like, rewrite it if you want to put more of your own personality into it. But that's really the focus is what are they going to get? Next, your links. So we want to have links in bio. If you have a website, put it on there. If you have other social media platforms, we want those in there. If you have an email list, we want a link for them to subscribe to your email. If there's resources, like free resources or paid resources, that could be a link in there. If you are somebody who books appointments, like a massage therapist or something, we want that booking link to be in there. We want everything that they need to be able to utilize your business in those links. And then pinned posts. So on Facebook, you can have one. On Instagram and TikTok, you can have three. So within those pinned posts, I want the viewer to know who you are, what you do, how you can help them, and which problems or struggles you can solve. I'm going to say it again because I see you guys are writing really fast. So what you do, who you are, how you help them, and which problems or struggles you solve. Your secondary goals, so for sure I want you to hit those ones. Secondary to that would be if, example, if maybe you sell like a drawer or a shelf or something, and there's like an assembly part that a part of it they have to assemble. So something that they have to do with your product, I want that as a pinned video or a pinned post. That could be if you sell, how can I do this? Maybe you like sell trees, like full grown mature trees. That's what you sell. There should be a video or something that shows how people should prep their property to be able to receive it smoothly. Or maybe it's aftercare. After the tree has been dropped off, how do you then care for the tree? So things that will help support the products and the services that you offer. That'd be your like secondary. Highlights so it's highlights on Instagram, it's playlists on TikTok. Those are going to go even more in depth of what you do. So that would be like tutorials, testimonials, so proof that your product or services work and that your customers are happy with the outcome of them. Testimonials and reviews would be a huge one. I feel like that should be like the number one highlight is show how people are using your product or service and show that they're happy or they've seen results or that it saved them time or it saved them money, like whatever that benefit is, we really want to highlight that. Okay, we're going to start to slowly wrap it up here. So to finish, I hope that when you take everything that we chatted about today, I hope you can take a few minutes to look at those worksheets. There's one on hooks, there's one on your ideal customer, and then there's one on different formats and tones. And there's one other thing on that one, formats, tones, and oh gosh, dear brain, come on. There's resources there that will help you kind of create some content and create a direction of content that you want to go. So what I would do if I were you is say, I can post 3 times a week. Like that is realistic with the stage of life that I'm at, with how much help I have with my employees, like all the things. Take everything into consideration. How many posts a week can you realistically make? say it's three. And I want you to take a topic, a tone, and a format and apply it to each day. So say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you're going to put maybe an education post on Monday, a carousel on Wednesday, and like a connection piece on Friday. So you like already have that starting point to each post that you're going to make. So then on Monday, you're like, oh, today I have to make an education piece. Perfect. I can educate on one, two, three, four, five things. It takes a little bit of the decision out of it because I think that a lot of the times the business owners get caught up on what should I post? What's the best thing I can post? What's going to get people to buy? Where we can just rotate through those different tones, topics, and formats. We're gonna get a really well-rounded social media feed that will help you in the long run. Not every single post needs to be buy this, you need this is gonna change your life, this is a game changer. It doesn't always be that. We want to have that humanness within it also. Um, So you've made your content, you hit post, your heart might be going a little bit faster than normal. Maybe you got some stress sweats going on. And then your ego is like, ooh, who do you think you are posting that? Why did you push post on that? And you're gonna be like, ego, go kick rocks. Get out of here. You're not welcome here. If your post gets 1,000 likes or if it gets 5 likes, it has nothing to do with you. If your post gets you 25 new followers or you have 25 followers unfollow you, that's okay. We get so caught up in those superficial analytics. How many likes did it get? How many followers did it get? Did it get any comments? At the end of the day, I'd rather see a sale than a like. I've seen content get 5 likes and 3 sales. I've seen content get 1,000 likes and not a single sale. Yes, we want engagement, but at the end of the day, the engagement doesn't pay the bills. So let's look at if it's bringing in more sales. That's going to be a long-term game. That's not going to be instant. I mean, it could be. I shouldn't say it's not going to be. It very well could be instant. Most likely, it's going to take some time. It's a compounding effect of people seeing your content over and over and over and getting to know, like, and trust you before they hit purchase on your product or your service. Unfollowers. If people unfollow you, open the door with a smile on your face and let them walk through. We are not getting upset about an unfollower. They were most likely never going to purchase from you, and they are making space for somebody to come in who will purchase from you. We are not getting upset about unfollowers ever, ever again. It doesn't mean that your content was bad. It doesn't mean that you are bad. It doesn't mean your product or your service is bad. They are just not meant for your business, and that is okay. That is like, that's my soapbox. Tell your ego to kick rocks. If you get anything out of today, ego can go away with content. Okay, so your next step for you to take today. So while this is fresh in your mind, I want you to go through those questions about your ideal client, answer them all a little bit in depth, not just surface level. And then you're going to name your ideal client. And every time you make a post, you're going to make that post to that one person. You're talking to that one person. You're writing to one person. Then you are going to, so you've made your ideal client. You're going to pick a hook, a format, a tone, and you're going to create a new type of content. It could be a carousel, it could be a photo post, it could be a reel, any kind of new content, but taking in the client, the hook, the format, the tone. So you have like this equation that's going to give you this beautiful piece of content. Create a post and post it. Like in the next 24 hours, post something. And then when you post it, send me a message and let me know so that I can go like it and comment on it and give it some love. And if you're open to feedback and you want that, let me know and I'll give you some feedback on it. But you have to let me know if you want feedback because I'm not just going to give it to you because we don't do unsolicited advice. And then if you want more like in-depth me looking at your content, that is something that absolutely reach out and we can talk about that as well. And I guess just to wrap it up before we do a quick little Q&A here at the end, thank you for taking the time to be here. Whether you're live or watching the replay, our time is so valuable, and I really appreciate that you took the time to come listen to me yap for an hour about social media. I absolutely love doing this work. I think there's such an impact, a positive impact that social media can have on small businesses. It has the ability to put your business in front of so many eyes. There's no other way that I know of for you to get your business on that many eyes on your business, sorry, than social media. Like if you think even if someone gets 200 views or 100 views on their content, how often could you how often could you face-to-face talk to 100 people in a day? It's a very hard compared to what social media can do. So I think there's such a positive impact that social media can have on your business. And I hope that this has given you some direction and some clarity on what to post so that you have some more confidence when posting. If you're scared of it, you don't have the knowledge, you want some more knowledge, send me a message, send me an email, and we can chat about this. But overall, just thank you for your time and thank you for being here, Lorraine and Wanda. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it so much.
Thank you, Tessa. And maybe you can drop your content or your contact information and how people might follow you in the chat. And we're
Absolutely.
going to take some Q&A. And everyone that's here, actually, I've entered your names into an old-fashioned draw here. So we'll do a little draw here in a few minutes for the winner of Tessa's giveaway, which is what you call the social media accelerator, where you get a 1 hour call with Tessa and you get to create a 2 week content calendar for your business. So, love to hear any questions we have out loud, but we'll start it off with Wanda's question, which was, what can you do about people who say they like your content and watch your reels, but they won't like or comment?
You can't make them, and that's okay. That's okay. If they watch it from start to finish, I think that has more impact than them watching it for 5 seconds and just hitting like and going to the next post. Yes, we want that like for sure, but I'd rather them watch a full video. I'd rather them share it with their friend. I'd rather them make a purchase than like it. I think that's goes back to the ego thing. You want that like because it validates that the content was good, that your product is good, that you are good, but that like doesn't equal value.
Mm.
Uh,
How's that land, Wanda? You're muted, Wanda. And also,
No,
while you're doing that, I'm going to stop recording.